Hello everyone, my name is WingedDaemon and welcome to Lucid9. Okay, so I have not played this game at all, so I have no idea what's gonna happen, but here we go. I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect, my favorite color. Okay. Blurs. Some really lovely background. It's beautiful. I've always loved red. It's different. Brilliant. Vibrant, unusual. A happy anomaly. Just like me. Red isn't much for nature. Really only shows up in autumn. And even then, it's a dreary rust or nauseating cherry. We just can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. Sorry if my voice sounds a little funny. I haven't had a chance to properly warm it up. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. That is what I live... Oh, this is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of the passing wind, afflicting the world with its appalling shade of asparagus. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How anyone could enjoy this color eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. Wait. Lovely, really spread across the ground. Face contorted with fear. Twitching. Cold fingers clutching at empty air. Oh my god. I'm a murderer? Ooh. Not my best work, unfortunately. The canvas died much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today it shall be a palette for my paint. Oh. I made quick work of my new palette's chest, ignoring the twitching of post-mortem reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. The sweet color of red, true crimson, pure scarlet, flanks down its pallid abdomen, licking at the blossoming turf below. Okay, this is scary. I dip my finger into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky like syrup, or settling gelatin. The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. Okay, the smell of blood is not sweet. It smells of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. I always thought blood had a more coppery scent to it. Not that I'm speaking from experience, I mean, I had nosebleeds a lot. Now, a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures and sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption, its innately warm tint. But a substitute is required, so a substitute I must find. Presently, I realize that I'm still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it will have to do. In one bold, fluid stroke, I swipe my paint across the leaf, the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah yes, dear Vincent. The man cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admired his style. I take a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on its branch. Much better. If only there were more of this color in the world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Yes? Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well... Yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my veins as my lips pull into a tenuous smile. Well, is it? It lagged. Same time, same place as usual, I think it said. I nearly clapped my hands, but mastered myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw a small vial from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter, I'll be getting more soon enough. I popped the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter gel over my tongue. Now this is life. This is life. Everything's distorting me, making my eyes buggy. I like it. As a wave of euphoria sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, strolling out of the meadow. Today's fun is over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. A killer? I don't... Yama Ishimoto. Huh? I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman at the front of the classroom. Are you even listening? Wait a minute. Sure am. I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I've always found napping more appealing than relearning history that's been drilled into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that. In all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of callous response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. I glance at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher. Touchscreen board. What kind of fancy school is this? Quickly skimming over the graphics and topography hovering on its surface. History of Isamu. Our glorious metropolis, beginning 2080. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, we weren't at war, and we were basically doing nothing interesting. I like this guy. Assuming he isn't the murderer. I hope. The teacher's lips purse into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest tinge of regret and rain in my sarcasm. Then in 2007... Oh, America entered a debt crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this. Well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we were dumb about who we partnered with. Oh no, she's getting mad. She dabs her fingers impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into slits. Ooh, don't make the teacher angry. Angry teacher gives lots of homework. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot, so we had a lovely depression with all-time highs of unemployment and crime. Good effort. Gold star. The teacher waves her hands as the classroom roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk with you after class about your attitude, young man. Meh. In other news, grass is green. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation. Did I click it? I don't know if I clicked it. I'm afraid to click it again. Click. Yes. She gestures a few seats to my right where my lavender-haired classmate sits, her spine as straight as a ruler. I can't be comfortable. I feel a curdle of distaste in the pit of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Oshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. Nap time. I settle my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly. During this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, political scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes at Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glare in my direction as if to say, "See, why can't you be like Elizabeth?" Eventually, local political powers became more effective than the centralized administration, hence why Isamo operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the mayor's efforts. Perfectly done, Elizabeth. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with challenging disapproval. Ooh. I only shrugged my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. Oh, beautiful and brainy. She might be worthy enough to make my list. Assuming you're not the murderer, okay. If you are the murderer, no. I glanced to my left just in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Ikari, winking conspicuously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day when he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another. Nor can I remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. Ouch. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for debate. Huh? She managed to deflect my charms. I wonder how. Terrible at voices. Me too! No one can resist the Yahiko Ikari. Yahiko! Hello. Yahiko clamps his mouth shut at the teacher's strident command. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright, class, thanks to Elizabeth, we've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what the point of this history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future. As such, it's imperative that the next topic be taken seriously. So, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? I'd say hopefully not broke. I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only, what, the second day of school? Sure, this is a third-year class. Sure, we're preparing for the college entrance exam. Does it mean we have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you'd like to get us started. I'm tempted to say no thank you, but that'd be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurant, I guess. The teacher's lips tighten ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. He will be a failure, this one. It'll pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? Add a bunch more, dude. Like women and cars. And he criticized me for lack of imagination. Come on, it's 10 years. Anything can happen. The teacher shoots with disapproving glare as his voice rises dramatically in volume. Yahiko, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams and I feel a sudden sense of dread. Here goes his dream, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Teach, I see myself with a Ferrari 5F100 under one arm, a Lamborghini Aventador 704 under the other, and a lot of beautiful women in between, fighting for the honorable privilege of bearing my children. But it'll smack you silly. Class stairs. Ah, heck, let's have some fun. I whisper to him. What about the mansion? Right, take all that and put it in front of a 20,000 square foot mansion attended to by a staff of 1,000 maids. Where is it located? Oh, it's in the Caribbean, on an island. A man-made island specifically constructed just for me with my name laser engraved into the hills so that every plane flies by sees that it belongs to... That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for your, input. Clearly she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dream. And again, Yahiko has enough to believe to make up for everyone else. Now, Umiko, what about you? As the rest of our classmates drone on about joining some kind of mega corporation like Lemniscate or Way Forward Pharmaceuticals, I lean closer to Yahiko. You forgot some things. I did? The yacht, the walk-in closet just for designer shoes, a private jet, a second mansion in Tahiti. Oh crap, I did! Hey, Teach! Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rings before he can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shove their belongings into their bags and bolt for the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko heads straight for the teacher's desk, eyes lit with excitement as he gabbers on and on about his yacht and his designer shoes and his private jet and his second mansion in Tahiti. Restaurant manager, huh? And then there's Elizabeth, slipping into Yahiko's now vacant seat. She shifts her backpack's weight to the desk and raises a patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Miss CEO of a mega corporation. Sorry that I actually have ambition, Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. What? Should I have talked about having a mansion and cars and maids on my own personal island? You didn't even have to shoot for a restaurant not owned by your parents. And they'll kick the bucket one day. I might as well be the one who takes over. Oh, that's... Oh, man. Have some respect, would you? I snicker at that. Respect? Me? I flash her a bright, over-friendly smile. See you around, Lizzie. She fumes but forces herself to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately. That was a pretty nice cutback, I'll give her that much. Beth, still for lunch? Who's talking? Ah. The student slides through the door with a warm smile and a wave. I recognize her as a girl who's always with Elizabeth. Don't know much else about her. In the blink of an eye, Elizabeth's face softens into a friendly grin. I'll be right there. Great device. Yep. Just in case it wasn't clear enough, her hate is directed exclusively at me. She's the queen of angels to everyone else. Particularly this girl, who I guess is the closest thing she has to a friend. Well, Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. Oh, somehow she's been there. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and stiffly walks out of the room, nearly bumping into a startled Yahiko on the way out. As a train of second-years, probably her groupies, pull her away, Yahiko slips next to me. Why did she talk to you? Not me, the great Yahiko Ikari. Maybe because there's a limit to how many brain cells she's willing to sacrifice for a conversation? Beats me, she's been doing that for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I am not surprised that you just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yahiko much about my personal life. Yeah, something like that. It's not important. Yahiko evaluates me for a second with an unusually stoic expression, but quickly shakes it off, his face melting into a grin. Melting into a grin. I don't know why that always strikes me as odd, and it's like... I always imagine a Joker-style smile. And not the last Joker, either. That guy was just... ew. So what did you think about my dream earlier? This again. On second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. Same as the other 200 times you told me. It hasn't been 200. Has it really? 203 to be exact. Huh. So that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally. I think it's the best dream in history. It's so original and realistic. Thanks, dude. But I don't think you're aiming high enough. Huh? What should I add? Aim for the moon. He gasps as if it's the best idea ever. Poor soul. Forget Tahiti. The mansion on the moon? You'd be the first. I'm probably the last. Just think about the possibilities. No one's ever set foot on the moon. Imagine how famous I'll be if I build a mansion there. No one's even set foot. Seriously? Either I stepped into the conversation at the wrong time or someone just came up with a really stupid idea. God, I wish they'd tell me at least male or female. I mean, like, boy. Oh! It's a pair. Enter Rui Hayata, my friend of 10 years. Technically, she's a grade lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. She stuck with me through thick and thin. She probably knows me better than I know myself. She doesn't look like she's in a good mood. Beside her stands Masato Kurogane. Gane. Hardy in both build and personality. If I had to describe him in one word, I'd use fire. Easily antagonized, hard to put out, and blazes every obstacle out of his way. Afternoon, little daisies. What's going on here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow I can't say I'm surprised. I know, right? I'm brilliant. Think, the first man on the moon, the first man to build a mansion on it. You're so bright, you're blinding me. What have you been telling him? That a giant leap for him is a small step for mankind? She has to think about that for a moment, but I'm rewarded with a smirk. Clever. I know. Look, if you kids are done yapping, Yama and I gotta head to the track. Ooh, I'm a track star. What? I didn't think Yama was joining again this year. Of course he is. This is news to me. It doesn't seem like a good idea, considering he only went to one practice last year and ditched the rest. Well, he ain't ditching this year, ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it. While you're holding that fist up. What's that? You guys didn't even win last year. Masato, no need to make a big deal. Masato's eyes flare with the instinctual need to prove the worthiness of track. We're winning this year. I got a secret weapon. Really? Masato lights up at Rui's apparent interest. See, we lost last year because we didn't have good names. This year I've got a great one.
I am putting
Stop that! Oh my god, phone, no! What the heck? Ah. He pauses for dramatic effect. Marvelous Masa. Hiko stare. Rui stare. Well, at the very least, this is a pretty good opportunity to joke around. Wow, that's fantastic, and I'll call myself Speed of Light, Mountain Destroyer. The hell? You should rename yourself the Streaking Shadow, Dark Eradicator. Then we'll be unstoppable. I know I'm going with that. Yeah, he is angry with sarcasm. I smirk at him, but before I can elaborate, the PA above us crackles to life. Click. The club fair is officially open in the courtyard. Feel free to drop by and check out some of what your fellow students have planned. Okay. Alrighty, at just the second day. Maybe the school's just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why. Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy has always done well for itself, even throughout the recession. There's no need to change things now. Hey, it's club time. Let's go take a look. No thanks. I'd rather not be blacklisted. What does that mean? It means that she's afraid to go with you. You'll outshine her so much that the clubs won't be interested in her. Oh. Rui glares at me. I only wink back. Well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Rui. I'm sure I can use my substantial sphere of influence to get you a good spot. I'm already in a club, you know. Drama club. Ah, I forgot her voice. Oh, right. He's been in the drama club since last year, and somehow he's still forgotten. So what was Yama talking about? Nothing. Just acting like an idiot as usual. Well, you know what they say. Like attracts like. Rui elbows me sharply in the ribs. Her lips are pulling up at the corners. They also say opposites attract. Yeah, we know which one you are. She slaps me playfully on the arm as Masato and Yahiko watch with blank stares. Did I just miss something? No more than you usually do. Yahiko frowns for a moment, but eventually shrugs the exchange off. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to find myself a club to grace with my innumerable talents. They're innumerable, alright. So without further ado, I bid thee farewell. He turns with a flourish of his hand, but Rui calls after him. You know that we'll be there, right? Huh? Club Recruitment Day. All the clubs will be here, including track and drama. Oh. Well, see you there. He whisks out of the room. You're coming to man the track booth, yeah? Me? Like I'm track's poster child? In fact, I'd probably just scare away potential recruits. Don't think like that. You can be a great asset, man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie theme ever. We exchange snickers, but Masato grabs my arm. Really, man, you coming? No, don't get close to me. Surprised by his sudden intensity, I contemplate for a moment. It doesn't take long. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. And you're staring at me so intensely. Masato grins, releasing my arm. Good, I gotta go set up, but I'm expecting you there. He dashes out of the room after a quick wave to Rui. She smiles back and promptly turns to me. Have you figured out why he wants you in track so badly? Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. You know, you could join drama club instead. It could be a valid excuse for Masato. I think he just asked why I joined a different club when I could have joined track. But still, I think you'd really like it. Honestly, it sounds like it'd be pretty fun. Rui seems to enjoy it. She often claims that's just like when we played make-believe as kids. And make-believe is one of the few things that I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. It's no more work than track, idiot. Besides, it could be really fun. I'll take your word for it. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her bag. Well, fine, Mr. Grumpy Pants. Some of us have club booths to manage, so I'm gonna get going. I'll go with you. We walk and step to the door, almost in the freedom, and then the strident voice of the teacher rips through the air. Ahem, Yama Ishimoto. Surely you didn't expect to escape so easily. Ah yes, my attitude problems. I turn to Rui, suddenly pleading. Bail me out? Not a chance. What? What? It builds character. I have plenty of character. Come on, throw up a distraction for me. I throw in a shameless dose of puppy eyes. She only pokes my forehead, sticking her tongue out. You win some, you lose some. Just be glad it's with a teacher instead of the police. She darts off as I call falteringly after her. But at least the police wouldn't bore me to tears. What was that, young man? I turned to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Oops. Nothing. Great weather we're having, huh? He doesn't seem amused. At this point, at one point, it's the second day of school, unless she's referring to teaching me last year. Come to think of it, yeah, that's highly possible. It's clear that detention is doing nothing for your toxic behavior. Well, yeah, because I can nap in detention. Therefore, I've taken the liberty of recommending you for therapeutic mentorship, which will take place on campus at the discretion of our dorm manager. Requirements will be 1 hour, 5 days a week. The mentor will need to sign off on every visit. The what now? Are you scheduling brainwashing sessions for me? Excuse me? You might have other ideas, young man, but civility and respect are integral cornerstones of modern society. If it does result in scrubbing away some of that arrogance of yours, then I say good riddance. I'm shocked by this unusually passionate outburst from her. She slows her breath, shaking as she jabs a book and envelope at me. Take this, Mr. Ryuta's office. You know where it is. A tiny pinch of the tension releases. Mr. Ryuta's the mentor? My name is Ryota. Probably Ryota. Maybe this won't be so bad. I give the book a once over. The cover is somber and 100% boring. Black letters proclaim primary to the 24th century. 100 plus correctional techniques to improve the mindset of any underdeveloped adolescent. What? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave this one here. Kind of running a bit long, actually. I didn't mean to record for this long. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you can. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.